Mona, can I steal this lady from you for some time?
Do as you please, brother, but be a good boy.
I always am. Mona, don't scare our host like this.
The walk with Tom around the garden felt like a dream. He was not only handsome in sight, but also elegant, charming, and kind. His fierce appearance was balanced by such a quiet temper that it made him look like the perfect man in every single way imaginable. Hours passed in a flash, like seconds. Come back soon, baby. We're here for you anytime you want. Couldn't wait to be invited again. The image of Tom was still in my eyes when I woke up. And even if I don't remember it with certainty, I can bet I dreamed about him. How did it go? Rose's soft voice reached me as if coming from far, far away when she met me in the corridors at school. I felt happy to see her, but not so happy as I should have been. I think she noticed, but I kept it a secret. I explained to her all that happened the night before and promised to meet her within a few days in order to complete our script. The plot was there, but so much work had yet to be done. Fine then. See you soon. See ya. Those were busy times for me. In the daytime, I met Mona to work on our script for the contest. At night, I often saw Tom. Mona's script was completely different from mine. Her subject was Barbie. Barbie! Can you believe it? What's wrong with that? Barbie was a paradigm of freedom for girls, don't you know? Mona's fantasy was wild. She had a lot of ideas, but none of them were connected to each other. Her thoughts were as chaotic and impulsive as she was. Without me, she would have been lost. But what about Rose? Without me, she would have been lost too. She was smart and nerdy, but she didn't have the creativity I had. Rose had always been my best friend and sister, and even if Mona's spell and Tom's charm were still upon me like magic crows, I started to feel bad about how easily I abandoned my lifelong friend in order to get a quick ticket to success. The moment of the contest was approximating, and I had to speak with Mona about this. I would have helped her with her project, but I had to participate in a team with Rose, and if Mona didn't want Rose, I would leave the Barbies in order to go back to the witches. I found the courage and spoke to Mona. Roar! Can you imagine a dragon's reaction to someone trying to steal his gold from under his throne? The same was Mona's reaction to my words, if not worse. Out of my house! Never come back again! I will eat you! Do you think I'm being overly dramatic again? You weren't there, my friend. I think I barely saved my own life. I'm lucky to be here to tell the story. Yet I felt happy after arriving home. I felt I had done the right thing. Now there was only Tom to speak to. Even if I liked him, our time had to wait until after the contest was finished. I couldn't subtract any more energy from Rose and our witchy project. I mean, there can be only one Dua Lipa in the world, right? Enough with Barbie.
Hey, Angel.
Tom's words were honey poured all over me. I melted. But hey, not this time. I had serious work to do. Listen, Tom, there's something we must talk about.
Something like what? Did I do something wrong?
No, it's not about you. It's about Mona.
My sister, huh? She always was more like a Shrek than a Barbie.
She's not that bad, but I can't be her teammate for the contest. Rose is my teammate. You and Mona are wonderful. You live in an amazing house. Your life is perfect, but... Tom's eyes went big and sad at those words of mine. Maybe it was the wrong thing to say, but how could I know? From what I had seen up to that moment, their lives were like pink molasses. Disgustingly sugary.
Do you really think our life is wonderful, honey? You know so little about us.
What do you mean? While walking, Tom told me how he and Mona had lived since they were children. How harsh their parents had been on them since their youngest age.
They do that for us. They push us towards obtaining the best grades and the best results in every field. But you know, sometimes the best is not the best. Sometimes you would just like to live a normal life.
This is why Mona loves Barbie so much, maybe?
It's a way for her to remain a child.
Tom's eyes were not lying. I took his hand and kept it between mine for some time.
Still, a wrong behavior remains a wrong behavior. Mona will have to grow up sooner or later. You were a strong girl and made the right choice today. I'm proud of you, Charlie.
At that point, I was melting again. The perfect features of Tom's figure were silhouetted against the moon, like a character from some gothic tale. I felt Tom's body pressing against mine while he brought my head gently against his chest. He's going to kiss me finally. He's going to kiss me. Instead, he simply kept my head there for some time, caressing my neck. No more. Nothing more. WTH?
Listen, Charlie, there is something I must say to you, too.
Was eager to listen to his confession, but my phone rang at that exact moment. Rose! I totally forgot about our appointment. Rose would be furious. She was, for several days. Every attempt of mine to make peace with her went in vain. The contest was lost at that point. There was no chance to win against Mona and her Barbie-stuffed stuff. The days up to the contest flew by fast and dull. We knew we had lost. Now, you really can't imagine my surprise when Rose and I found that on the notice board of the school, there was a list of the winning projects. And the first one was about witches. As authors, it had 3 names: Rose, Charlie, and Mona. A coincidence? Of course not! It was our project! We won! But we didn't submit it, of course. So who did? The question puzzled us for some time, until we received a phone call from a strangely masked voice. Oh dear! She tried hard to excuse herself for her behavior in the most recent times. Her voice didn't disclose her origin, but it wasn't too much of a guess. Mona. We found out with certainty later, when the 3 of us, plus Tom, met together at the back of the school to talk about the matter. Mona looked like a baby.